Hello world, Bettina Carey here, broadcasting live from Seattle and from It's a Small World After All, and we're all in this together. And today I'm going to be interviewing Gayle Johnson. She's passionate about helping women in all areas of their life. Gayle is the founder and owner of Evolve Life Coaching, and she's a certified facilitator of passion. She's a Reiki master and is qualified in the field of emotional intelligence leadership as a trainer and coach. Gayle has helped women in all areas of their life and in all walks of life. And she goes from talking to women business owners to just women who are working professionally. And her field is emotional intelligence. So the first question I have right out the gate, and of course, welcome, Gayle, is what is emotional intelligence and how did you find your way to that field?
Thank you, Bettina. Thank you for this interview. I appreciate being here. Emotional intelligence is understanding your emotions, understanding how they show up, understanding how to manage them, and then understanding others' emotions and how their emotions are showing up. So I came across stepping into emotional intelligence when I was operating as a leader of 25 years in nonprofit leadership. I built great relationships with staff, and my leadership team always wondered, how do you build these great relationships with staff? Well, one of the things is that I love people. I love to help them grow. I love to see them thrive in their job. And I knew there must be some type of language behind this. There must be some type of theory behind this. And so when I actually went to Seattle U, pursuing my degree in transformational leadership, that's when I realized, oh, this is emotional intelligence. First understanding who you are, and then being able to understand others. And emotional intelligence in a nutshell is really all about building relationships with others.
Fantastic. And I'll never forget, years ago, when I was quite a bit younger, I found my way to Daniel Goldman's audio tapes that talked about emotional intelligence. And it was when I was quite young, still in my 20s, maybe my late 20s. And it really opened my life to a new way of being. I had pretty much let my emotions rule and run my life like most people until I got a hold of that knowledge. So how does this work for you in terms of training? Obviously you do corporate training, you do individual training. How does it work to take someone who's letting their emotions get the better of them to having someone really better understand themselves and their emotional, being, and moving away from being just driven by your emotions and letting the emotions take you wherever they want to go?
Yeah, I really help people first and foremost. What triggers our emotions are really our values and beliefs. So if we don't understand our values and beliefs, where they have come from, if we don't understand how we show up, and that's through our values and beliefs, then that's how you get to that place where you're just reacting to things. So understanding your values and beliefs, and then understanding what emotions come up from that. Mm-hmm. And once you understand that, then you understand from there, what is the behavior that follows that? And from that behavior, that moves into relationships. So if you have a value around integrity and you feel that your integrity is being challenged, that's when you go into emotion. But if you don't know you have that integrity, if you don't know that's a value of yours, that you're conscious of that's a value of yours, then you will start reacting in that, whatever emotion comes up, anger, depression, you may go into fight, you may go into fight or flight. So you may start going into these various emotions, and then that will move into a behavior, such, going into some type of behavior that is not going to be beneficial to the relationship. And the emotional intelligence at the end of the game is about building healthy win-win relationships. And so if you don't know how to manage your emotions, which come from your values and your beliefs, then you're always in reactionary mode. You're always letting your emotions drive you, instead of you understanding what your emotions are, and then being able to manage them. So then you're developing rational, healthy relationships.
That makes total sense. So your topic coming up for the Women's Empowerment Summit on June the 10th is going to be Say Yes to You Through Emotional Intelligence. How does emotional intelligence play a role in saying yes to yourself?
Yeah, it goes back again to those values, but it's identifying your values for you. Saying yes to you. We have a tendency as women to say yes to everyone else. And it's usually and we're usually taking on everyone else's values. So this program is focused on you identifying what your values are to yourself, and then how do they show up for you? And then once we go through that process, then what does that look like? When you identify your values for you, how does that look like? How do you feel in those values? We as women, because we have said yes to everyone else, we have lost how we feel happy, because everybody else is happy, so we're happy because everybody else is happy. If you remember, as women will say, as long as family's happy, I'm happy. But what makes you happy? Because once you understand truly what makes you happy, then your family's always happy, right? But it's important for you to understand yourself being happy from inside out, not from external forces, but from within, so that you know how to step into that happiness all of the time. And that comes from understanding what your values are.
Yes, and it reminds me of that movie, The Runaway Bride, right? Where she doesn't even know whether she likes her eggs scrambled or fried or over easy. And so if you don't really know what you want, it's hard to ask for what you want. It's hard to get what you want, therefore. And so that's going to be a really great topic. So how can people get in touch with you in the meantime?
Yeah, you can reach me at 206-550-9369, or my email address is Gayle, Gayle, at evolvecoachingseattle.com.
Fantastic. And I'm really excited to have you at the Women's Empowerment Summit. For those of you who don't know what's going on, June the 10th, the Women's Empowerment Summit, 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. You simply must be there. It's going to be a day full of wonderful speakers like Gayle Johnson here and others who are going to literally help women in all walks of life to really cope with and to grow in and thrive in 5 key areas. That's business, leadership, love, life, and health. Join us at the Women's Empowerment Summit. Go to www.women'sempowermentsummit.com or visit us on the web at women'sempowermentmarketplace.com. And if you want to join our mailing list, you simply need to type in the word women to a text message to the number 555-888. It's been a pleasure to have you here today, Gayle, and thank you so much for coming and sharing you're going to be talking about at the summit. And I look forward to seeing you there.
And thank you, Bettina. I just want to say you're so awesome. You've been doing so many great things for women, and I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure. It's a small world after all, and we're all in this together. So let's make sure that we remember that. Bye for now.